Someone disturbing the class. So shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
As previously we are discussing about the induced breeding in fishes. So we are discussing so many things here. So what is the natural breeding and artificial breeding? So natural breeding having in the natural habitats, and then when you're going to the
Sir,
hello.
excuse me, sir. Can you share the slides, sir, after completing this session?
If
Whatever.
you share,
Sorry.
if you share WhatsApp number, I will give you.
No, in group you can place.
Which group? I don't have any group.
Okay. Okay.
If you are add me, I will share you. Otherwise, you may give the your
Admin
WhatsApp
should
number.
do that.
Yes. That's why I am not present at the any WhatsApp group.
We have group.
I have no WhatsApp group, sir.
You have one WhatsApp group for your class,
Yes,
No,
sir. We
sir.
have one group, sir.
but I am not there in that.
Okay, sir. We can add your number in that group.
I will share you. Sure. I'll
Yeah,
share you.
share in the
Can-
group so that
Please, sir,
everybody.
add me.
Then you can share the slides in that group, sir.
Sure. I will share.
So
No
it
problem.
is benefited
Please
to
add me
everybody.
WhatsApp group, sir.
Hello. Tell me.
Add me WhatsApp group.
Shall
I'm
we
not
add your
admin.
number in the
I'm
group,
not
sir?
admin. I'm not admin.
Okay, sir. I am admin. I can add your number, sir, in that group.
Yes,
Manteja?
you can add
Only?
to sir.
Okay, sir.
Manteja?
I will add your number in that group.
Sure.
Okay, sir.
Which
Thank you,
group?
sir. You can carry on.
If you have
Which
one
group, sir?
classroom group, you should add my number. Then I will share all the material and PPTs. Otherwise, I will also share some images which will
Please, sir,
related
admin
to.
numbers given in this week. That.
So Manteja act as a group admin, I think. I don't have any group actually.
I am adding your number, sir.
Okay.
Me
Then
also, sir.
You are in the group?
No,
Yes, sir.
sir.
All are in our group, sir. One personal
Excuse
group
me,
is there.
excuse me, sir.
Please.
In which group he is going to add? Let me know.
I don't know, madam. That's why I'm saying to you. So how many groups are there? I don't know.
Yeah,
One
three.
group are there? I don't know. Maniteja said to us. So one group is there. I will add.
Okay.
Now I added your number in the
That thing
second person group.
cleared by the Manteja. So Maniteja will take care the preparing the group, especially which we are present all the class members.
Okay.
Sir, I added
So-
your number in the group just now.
Yes, no problem at all. You will add and then you will share our views. No problem. So as earlier we are discussing so many topics in regarding to the induced breeding. So in part of that we are discussing a few of things. Those are what is the history of the induced breeding and why induced breeding is necessary for in the fish culture. Then we are also broadly discussing about what is the background role, the key role playing the endocrine glands. Madam, please mute yourself. Yeah. Pituitary gland, it is a master gland that is the play a main important role in the reproduction, acceleration of the reproduction, initiation of the reproduction, and stimulation of the reproduction in the animals. Especially, we are talking about the aquatic animals. Very particularly, we are focused on the fishes. So here we are discussing about the what is the place of the pituitary gland, how many different types of the hormones are released by the pituitary gland. Then those hormones are affected gonadal organs in the male and female fishes. Then automatically those are participating in the reproduction, then producing the offspring. So that is happening, but we are artificially we are introduced to the fluid, the extract of the pituitary gland is known as hypophysis, and also we are known as induced breeding method. So this is the one of the technique, one of the procedure, one of the protocol which we are used for the acceleration of the and controlling the reproduction in the different fish groups, fish populations. So this is the flow chart already we are discussed in the earlier. So this is the flow chart is there. How many steps are there in the individual breeding technique? Removal of the glands, preservation of the glands, preparation of the gland extract, and brooder selection, and then injection to the brooders. Then ultimately our goal is the spawning. So first of all, we are also discussed about the location of the pituitary gland and what is the definition of the individual breeding. Then the first step is completed in the yesterday class, how to removal of the gland. So removal, the gland is collected by the dissection of the collected fishes before we are going to the eat or consumption. So this is the process, this is the protocol, procedure is there. So dissect and collect the pituitary glands in proper way. Then ultimately it should be preserved, because of we are using in the further remaining steps, remaining time. So exactly we are not using the time. So that's why our preservation is most important. Preservation, so many types are there, you know, about the cryo preservation and also preservation of the alcohol preservation, external preservation. These are the media which is diluted with the our collected pituitary gland. Then we froze the collecting material, pituitary gland tissues up to utilization. So this is the protocol is there. This is the brain of the fish. Are already we are discussing in the earlier class. Then this is the protocol is there. Preparation of the gland extract. Yes. So after collection of the pituitary gland, the gland is tissue. The gland tissue containing the so many hormones, but we should be extracted by the using the different methodology. See here, this is the methodology or protocol of the preparation of the gland extract. So extract the gland prepared just before the injection. When we are going to the extract, before we are giving to the injection to the selected brooders, then we follow the preserved food we kept out. We kept out the preserved tissues. Then we are following this method. So gland weighed and homogenized in the distilled water are 0.3% saline. So first of all, we may take back in the freeze. The glands are preserved in the appendix. Then we kept out. Then we should weigh. We should weigh on the weigh machine. Then that weighed tissues, pituitary gland tissues, we are going to the homogenized. Homogenized means grinding. A proper grinding method is known as the homogenization. So homogenization using by the motor and pistiles and sonicatory machines also we are using for the homogenization. Then in the distilled water, which sometimes we are using the distilled water, or we are using the 0.3% of the saline water.
Mature fishes, na sir? Oh, this.
Not fishes, not mature fishes. only we are talking about the pituitary gland tissues. Mature mean, what is your question? I'm not understand. Hello? Hello, Hemalata?
Which unit, sir?
Please ask me, what is your question?
Sir, which unit to start?
Yeah, just 1 second. I did not understand brooder selection.
Brooder is different from the selection of the fishes of collecting the pituitary gland. Brooders already, I will tell you, the selected, the maturity, sexual maturity fishes we are called as brooders.
Okay. Okay,
Then,
thank you.
before we going to that, we are collecting the pituitary glands from the edible fishes.
Okay.
Before we are going to the dissection.
Okay.
Dissection means utilization. Understood?
Yeah,
These
yeah.
brooders are different and the brooders are different.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So gland weight and homogeneity in the distilled water are 0.3% of the saline. This is the first unit, ma. This is the first unit and first 1-2 topics. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay,
This
sir.
is about the first and second, the first unit of the 2 topics, which is these slides are covering the first and second subtopic in the first unit. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Final volume should be 0.2 milliliter per kg body weight of the fish. So final volume, this is the concentration. This is the concentration of the preparation, homogenization of the pituitary gland. So centrifuged, the suspension and supernatant. Actually, this is not the spelling mistake is happening here. So supernatant is used for the injection. So after we are going to the centrifugation, what will be happened? So the total homogenized fluid is suspended in the total tissue. Then the mass of the tissue, mass of the material, which is going to the bottom, which is called the called the sedimentation sediment. So the sediment is removal. Then we are collecting the only supernatant. What is the supernatant mean? So I will tell you what is the supernatant. So suppose this is the test tube, then we are filled up to this level of the homogenized liquid. Then what happened here? The debris is sedimented at the bottom of the tissue, bottom of the tube, and then remaining fluidic. This is the supernatant. This is the, we are called the supernatant. So we remove this of the debris of the tissue material. Then we are collecting this supernatant. Then supernatant which is using for the injection, used for the injection or induced to the selected brooders. So this is the primary methodology for the extraction of the pituitary glands. Yes. Next, preservation of the gland extraction. Again, we may preserve the extract also up to the 10 days, the refrigerator. So the preserved extract in glycerin and kept in the refrigerator for 24 hours and preserved in propylene glycol and kept in the refrigerator for 30 days with immersed in 0.5% of the TCA for 12 hours and kept in the refrigerator for the 10 days. So different fluids which are using for the solvents. The solvents are using for the again preservation of the pituitary gland extract in different timings. So when you preserve the using the liquid nitrogen, then we'll store the so many days without losing the activity of the hormones. So this is the again preservation method. If you if we want, we will go to the preservation. Otherwise, we will directly introduce it to the our selected brooders. Then we are following the selection of the brooders. Another step is there. So now we are selecting the brooders. So generally, brooders are two categories based on the their what we call male and female. We are selecting the male and female species in the particular number. Then the brooders must be healthy enough and ripe. So our selected brooders always be healthy. Otherwise, they may produce the disease infectious offspring. So that's why genetically default offspring. That's why we are selecting the healthy fishes, healthy matured fishes. Those are divided to male and females. They are become to um, receiving the they are going to the reproduction. So that age species are we are selected. 2 to 4 years of the age is the generally selected. So what is the reproductory age of the fishes? Generally 2 to 4 years. So the brooders are must be we are collected of 2 to 4 years of the age species, and then the size, the weight, the body weight may be between the 1 to 5 kg. 1 to 5 kg body weight brooders are we preferable. So these are the key points we should follow for the selection of the brooder or brooders. Then injection to the brooders. So see the images are clearly indicate to you how to induce the hormones. The different places are there. Generally, the pituitary extract is administered into the body of brooders by means of hypodermic syringe, either intramuscular or intraperitoneal. So many methods are there. Maybe hypodermic, hypodermic. Hypodermic means just we behind the under the skin. So which are called the hypodermic syringe, and either intramuscular, or intraperitoneal. So this is a muscle, the layers of the muscles. The layers of the muscles we are observing the peritoneal layer and muscular layer, and then hypodermic and hyperdermic. So different the spaces are we are selecting from the skin. So determination of the correct dosage of pituitary extract to be given to the breeders is very important. Yes, and it depends upon the size and state of the maturity of the recipient or brooder or breeder, as well as upon the state of maturity of the donor for the glands. So it is multiple factors are affected.
Sir, supernatant liquid direct ga inject chestara, anything is added?
No. Directly we are diluted in the saline water, na.
Okay.
So that saline fluid directly we introduce it into the muscular muscles of the these fishes, selected fishes, brooder. So you clearly seen here. ఇక్కడ చూడండి కనిపిస్తుంది కదా. సో అందరూ కూడా తీసుకొని, so before we are going to the give, we should calculate the size of the injection, volume of the injection, and depending on the age of the brooder, and also it is depending on the what you are called body size. So it's calculated, should be calculated. We are going to the injection to the selected brooders. So determination of the correct dosage of the pituitary extract to be given to the breeders is very important, because of hormonal effect is significant, highly significant in the species. That's why the volume, the size, the volume of the uh, selected dosage, the volume of the dosage is most important. Otherwise, we are getting the wrong productivity or malproductivity. So depends upon the size and state of the maturity of the recipient, and as well as state of the maturity of the donor also. Donor glands also. You are already asked to me. The gland collective fishes also important. Their age also important. So intracranial injections preferred in USSR and intraperitoneal in USA and Japan. So many methodologies there. Few are the injected to the head region, but most of the people the injected the syringe to the intraperitoneal. So intraperitoneal is the preferable in the most of the people. It is easy to give to the species. So intramuscular injection is most common practice in India. So in India, we are using the intramuscular. Most of the people intraperitoneal in the USA and Japan, and intracranial in the USSR. So intramuscular injection given at the caudal pedicle or shoulder regions near the base of the dorsal fin. So see here, different selected area for the injection to the pituitary gland extract to selected brooder. So intraperitoneal injections given at the base of the pelvic fin or pectoral fin. So see here, so few of the animals we are selecting in the pelvic region or pectoral fin region. So you may give the intramuscular in India. So this is the practiced method. So this is the injection of the brooders. And the next, dosage of pituitary extract. Yes, commonly female given 2 doses. Actually, we are using the 2 doses for the more effective, the more effect and the female organs. So female given 2 doses, initial dose and resolving dose. 2 doses are there. 2 to 3 mg for kg body weight is a preferable dose to the females, and resulting dose we are also known as the final dose, which may be we're giving the more than the initial dose. So 6 to 80 mg for kg body weight. 6 to 80 mg for kg body weight is the we are using as a resolving dose. So male given only 1 dose at the time of the second dose given to the female. At the time of the second dose, resolving dose to the female, then we are selected males also to give to the 2 to 3 mg for kg body weight of the single dose. Selected single dose given to the female animals. So for the females of Indian major crops, 1 initial, and after 5 to 6 hours, final dose will be given to them. So this is the dosage pattern, dosage volume of the pituitary extract, which is the effective dose, which we are called the effective dose or practically approved dose. Next, spawning, the final. Finally, we are going to the spawning. So after given the actually we are captured. The animals are separated from their natural habitat. Then they are keeping the a particular area. Then easily catching area. Those are kept in the easily catching area of the brooders. Then brooder collecting the brooder. Then we will give the dose. Then which are separated are kept in the another our man-made farm. So that is the happening. Then after completion of the dosage, then we are going to the kept together in a single region. Both of the male and female fishes are kept in the one selected area. Then they are going to the releasing the sperms and ova, and the generally the fishes are the fishes. We are observing the external fertilization. What is the meaning of the external fertilization? Just they are releasing the ovum and sperms near to the in particular area in the water. Then the sperm is commit to the egg by the swimming in the water, external water. Then the fertilization is happened. Then after fertilized eggs are growth, after they are going to the developed in the further steps. So see here, what is the spawning? Spawning mean after injection to be brooders. A set of the brooders are released into breeding hapha. So hapha is the a term. Hapha mean selected area. Hapha mean selected area. In hapha breeding, the hapha is the fine thing, rectangular in shape, and is held by 4 bamboo poles. One at as a as we are assumed as mosquito net. So the bamboo poles, one at each corner, closed meshed mosquitoes. Yes, closed meshed mosquito netting is preferred for that purpose. So as it meshes will allow a good circulation of water, and will also not let the laid eggs and milt escape through the meshes. So this will take care of the forming the hapha. The hapha measures the range of 3 meters into width into 1.5 meters length into 1 meter height. So for breeders weighing 2 to 5 kgs. So already we are selected breeders are utilized for going to the spanning. So 2 to 5 kgs breeders are we are selected. Then they are kept in the this particular measurement hapha. Then we kept it inside of the male and female species. Then they are going to the releasing the eggs and sperms. The height of the hapha should remain about 20 centimeters above to the level of the water. So this is the measurement to preparing the hapha. The roof can be open or closed. Sometimes we are also using the closed net, and the roof can be opened or closed. So 2 times are repeated. So the swaying takes place within 3 to 6 hours following the second dose. It turns out the midnight of the second injection was given in the evening. So successful induced breeding results in the spawn of fertilized eggs. The fertilized eggs are transparent, pearl like, whereas unfertilized eggs are opaque or whitish. So we easily find out the fertilized eggs are unfertilized eggs based on their morphology of the eggs. So fertilized eggs are clearly they are showing as a transparent and pearl-like, and unfertilized eggs are clearly we identified as observation of the opaque or whitish layer upon the surface of the egg. So this is the spawning. So spawning means production of the eggs and sperms, and releasing of the eggs and sperms into the external water media. Then in the water media they are going to the fertilize. Then those eggs are converted as zygotes. Zygotes further we are separated, and then
Sir, excuse me,
the,
sir.
please.
బ్రూడింగ్ సెలెక్షన్ అప్పుడు మేల్ అండ్ ఫీమేల్ రేషియో ఎంత ఉంటుంది జనరల్
Equal
ఈక్వల్
ratio. Suppose we are taking the 5 species of the male and we are also introduce the first species of the female.
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ
Generally, in human beings or other vertebrate animals are only releasing the single egg at the time of the brooding. But in fishes, they are releasing the number of the eggs at the time.
ఎస్
At the
సార్
time. And
Yes,
also sperms also, you know, the sperms also releasing the number of the huge number. So
థౌజండ్స్ లో ఉంటాయి ఎగ్స్
yes,
1000.
yes, yes.
థ్యాంక్ యూ
So this is the alpha. So we are using so many times the term alpha. This is the structure of the alpha. See here, so many alphas are formed in the low length water. Generally, this is the I think this is the area of the reef or edge area of the river. Then we have selected that area. Then forming so many forms are the spawning alphas are made for the spawning. So factor influencing the spawning of the fishes. So this is the remaining. This is the all these are the procedure of the individual breeding up to the spawning. Then some limitations are there. Then also the factors are influencing the spawning of the fishes. So many factors are there. So see here. First of all, we know the climate is ultimately regulate or control or tolerate the particular the spawning, the result of the spawning. So 24 centigrade to 31 centigrade with cloudy days and rainy periods, light drizzling following heavy rains is ideal. So in absence of rain, artificial showers are used. So that is the favorable to the more spawning. What is the favorable situation? The climate should be between the 24 centigrade to 31 centigrade with cloudy and rainy periods. So sometimes the weather is not supported to the rainy season. So then we may give the artificial showers. We may use the artificial showers as for the better resulting. So water, flowing water is preferred. So we are preferring at the place of the flow of the river. That's why water should be uh, changed in the alpha. So that's why flowing water is the better for the spawning, best result. And then turbidity within the 100 ppm to 1000 ppm. It should generally the river water is maintaining that particular that particular space. Then light. So it is known to bring that light may help in early maturation and spawning of the fishes. So lighting also one of the factor which is play a role in the going to the best spawning of the fishes. So these are the 4 factors are there. Along with that, also influencing the different factors like pH of the water and acidity of the water, and also the toxicity of the water. So many minor factors are there. Those are also affected on the spawning of the fishes. So this is the naturally biosynthetically we are biosynthesized pituitary gland extract we are using in the earlier protocol, but substitute of pituitary gland extract we are also commercially available. So many synthetical products are there. Synthesized products are there for the individual breeding. So these are the picture shows to you. So HCG
approximate sir Approximately body weight ఎంత ఉండాలి మామూలుగా kg body weight you said approx body weight usually
3 to 5 kgs. Already mentioned in the earlier slide. Our selected brooder sizes must should be between the 2 to 5 kgs.
Okay, thank you.
So then we are calculating, suppose that is the 2 kg of the body weight of the fish, then we are calculating as a dose of the per kg body weight 2 to 3 mg per kg body weight. So suppose you may take the 2.5 mg per kg body weight. So fish is the 2 kg, then we will give the 5 mg of the pituitary gland extract.
Okay.
According to the body weight, we will calculate and then give the doses.
Okay, sir.
So this is the synthetically available hormones in the open market. So HCG, human gonadotrophic hormone, actually when injected to the rohita, leburohita, so this is doses are also given to you, prescribed to you to getting the best results instead of the pituitary gland extract. So SCG body weight, a few cases, in the case of the silver carp, successfully spawning could be achieved by injecting the SCG 30 to 60 units. So which is the different ovafrim, Sinac, Orin. So these different types of the commercial available hormones are available. Then those are also significantly showing the effect on the induced breeding. Then observations. So after all these things, we are observing the some dosages. We are calculating, measuring the different organs. We may using the different optimal dosage levels. See here, this is the optimal dosage level, which is effectively workout for the better spawning. So the rates of the fertilization and hatching were generally higher in ovaprim treatment when compared to pituitary. Yes, synthetical products sometimes which are getting the more results, producing the better results than the natural process. The size of the eggs after water hardening was always considerably bigger in the ovafrim treated fish as compared to that of the pituitary treatment. So these are the comparison. So differences, the comparison of differences between the synthetical hormones and natural pituitary gland extract utilization. So these are the different observations are there about the both commercial available hormones and naturally we are extracted hormones. So doses also differential ratio is there. And although the doses required for males of various species could not be standardized, it appears that males of most species will respond to 0.1 to 0.2 ml for kg. On several occasions, males could be induced with dosages of the 0.1 to 0.15 ml for kg. So depending on the selected brooders, depend on the species, the doses are vary, and then we may quantify the after experiences, we may conclude the what is the dose is better to produce the better results. That is the happening in the several trials. So problems of the hypophysation technique. So what is the basic problems are raised in the induced breeding technique? So first one is farmer cannot measure the potency of the available gland, which means we should dissect the we are desire or not, we should use the live material for the collecting the duct. That is the first problem. And serious difficulties in large scale collection of and storage of the petroleum. Yes, the laboratory equipment is uh, should be available before we are going to the collection of the glands and preservation methods. We are following the preservation tools, methods and tools. So those all these are the available to the near to the where induced breeding area. So otherwise we may lose the our effort. So large scale, when you are going to the large scale induced breeding method, then we are using the perfect source. The labs or wide labs are near to us, otherwise we may lose. So large gap between the supply and demand of pituitary. So this is also one of the problem. So supply and demand, supply and demand is maybe equal, that is the better to the we are getting the more profit, otherwise we may lose. Basic equipments like chemical balance, centrifuge and refrigerators normally not available in several forms. Yes, we are already discussing about this particular uh, point, because of the cultivators or practitioners are, those are live at the area, the coastal area or floating area, but the equipment, the laboratories are made in the cities. So that's why, so the gap is there between the two fields. So this may be rising the problem of the extraction, problem of the preservation, so problem of the losing the potency of the particular hormones. So generally this is problems are raised in the alphaphization. Pituitary gland very costly in market, obviously, because of the pituitary gland, the medium or large size of the pituitary gland is available in the large size, they are getting from the large size species. So when you're going to the collecting the pituitary gland, so it may be cost in the market. So that is the problems are rising in the hypophyization. So finally, conclusion. These conclusions are made, have been made in the practice of the induced breeding technique, which are depending on the the technology using for the endocrinology background. So fish hatchery operations should be trained on better brood fish management, hatchery management and nursery management to produce quality fish seed. So this is, yes, obviously when you're expecting the good quality of the fish seed, we are following the trained, practiced methods, then we are getting the good result. So government or financial institutions should sponsor setting up of fields laboratories for assessing and monitoring fish seed quality. Yes, labs are maintained by the government, it is the better to and human resource human resources are also provided by the government, and quality assessment, purity assessment, this should be done by the public laboratories. It is better to getting the good result. If it is going to the costly, then those costly thing affect on the practicing. So more emphasis should be laid on multiple spawning of crops, so as to ensure the availability of seed over a longer duration of a year. Multiple spawning of the crops. So when you're going to the not single purified carp, we may uh, going to multiple spawning and the costs by using the larger duration of the year. So greater support, technical as well as the financial from government agencies needed for sustainable fish seed production. Already we are discussing all these things. So government should be supported to the practitioners, farmers. So production of seed. Finally, production of the seed of the valuable species like catfish and morels, which command a good price in several parts of the country. So some restricted species are only, those are restricted endemic regions. So particular regions. So then the final, please, last. The government of India should explore the possibility of having a uniform fish seed growing, granting system and pricing the country. Yes. So these are the conclusion is made, have been made in the after when you're discussing about the individual breeding. Yes. So this is the today class. Stop share. I'm taking the attendance of you. Yes, you may ask us a few questions regarding this session.
Sir, please send the slides in the group, sir.
Which group? Already we are discussing about that particular matter. So I don't have any group.
In this group, in the university
Yes.
group, sir.
University group also not there. I'm not there. This is not a group. This is the Zoom class. So
No,
I
we
tried
have
to-
one group, sir. Students, we have one group, sir. We'll add you in that group, sir.
Student group, sir.
Okay, I understood, but I am not there. When
We add
they
you,
are
sir.
added, the people are added me. Then
Okay.
I will share the all the PPTs
Okay, sir.
or images. That's already discussing in the earlier.
Sir,
So
I
Manteja,
already added your number, sir.
Manteja, నువ్వు తొందరగా గ్రూప్ లో నన్ను యాడ్ చేసేసి. ఓకే,
Already added, sir, your number.
యాడ్ చేసినావా?
చేశాను,
ఇది
చూడండి.
ఇది 30 MB ఉంది PPT.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
ఈ 30 MB PPT నేను ట్రై చేస్తా, అంటే అప్లోడ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తా. ఒకవేళ ఇది అప్లోడ్ కాకపోతే నేను దాన్ని డివైడ్ చేసేసి పార్ట్ పార్ట్గా
స్లైడ్స్ వైజ్ పంపించారు. స్లైడ్స్ వైజ్ తో పంపించండి సార్.
లేదు నేను ట్రై చేస్తా, గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టడానికి ట్రై చేస్తా. 30 MB ఉంది, ఇది కొంచెం లాట్ ఉంది. ఇంకో పని ఏంటంటే మంచి ఆ రోజు నువ్వు పీడిఎఫ్ పంపించినవా నాకు?
ఓకే సార్.
అయితే రిమైనింగ్ కూడా కొంచెం పంపిస్తుండు నాకు, అంటే ఇంకొక యూనిట్ అట్లా.
సరే సరే, ఓకే సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ అది పంపించినావు కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఇది పంపించలేదు నాకు. యాక్చువల్లీ నేనే ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకున్నా. ఇది కూడా పంపి ఒకసారి చదువుతా, అంటే మీ బుక్ లో ఏముందో చదువుతా.
సరే ఓకే సార్.
అప్ టు 50 pages వరకు సెకండ్ సబ్ టాపిక్ ఉంది. సో అక్కడ వరకు ఒక పీడిఎఫ్ వైజ్, అంటే యూనిట్ వైజ్ గా ఒక టాపిక్ వైజ్ గా నాకు పంపించేసేయి ఎప్పటికప్పుడు. పంపించేస్తే దాన్ని మనం పీపీటీ తయారు చేసి రేపు సీడ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ గురించి మనం రిమైనింగ్ క్లాస్ లో మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. వి విల్ డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ ద సీడ్ ప్రొడక్షన్, సీడ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
Yes, that topic is there in the first unit.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So then we will see you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir, I will calculate. Sir.
Hello. Mani Teja, please add me in WhatsApp group.
Please send your name and mobile number, ma'am.
My number is sending you.
Okay, okay. I will add the
80188. That is my number.
81
Send you direct message.
80 88025812.
Okay, I'm in Odisha, no?
Is it your number, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I understand,
That
ma'am.
is my number. Okay. University group add.
And personal group. 2 groups are there in our we have.
Okay, okay. Okay, then add me to group.
Okay, okay, ma'am. You
Okay.
can check after 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.